History has proved over and over again that the majority of September months are bearish for cryptocurrencies. Now, does that mean that this September is going to be bearish for Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies? We also have billionaire John Paulson calling cryptocurrencies, calling Dogecoin worthless, and that in the future they will go to zero. In this video, we will be talking about this and much more, so make sure you watch the entire video. You cannot miss what we have in store for you today. What's up, Myles? It's ladies and gentlemen here. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss these time-sensitive videos about Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies where we call out huge plays way before they happen. And if you want to get access to my profitable trade signals when to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, join my Patreon for only $10 a month, where we have a bunch of other services other than trade signals. We have a 5,000 member Discord. You can talk to me on the phone. We can build you a portfolio and much more. I'm giving away 200 Doge to one lucky winner this Saturday. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow my Instagram and Twitter, and put Dogecoin giveaway in the comments. We're gonna get started right now, but before we do, smash up the like button. It helps us support the Dogecoin community and the channel. And let me know in the comments below, do you think September is going to be a bearish or bullish month? Make sure you all say hi to Yoshi in the comments. He misses you guys. He's been a camera shy a little bit, and here he is back, hanging out. Hey, don't bite me. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. Hey. Hey, hey, give me a kiss. So billionaire John Paulson calls cryptocurrencies worthless, but he says he won't short them. Why would not he short them? I wouldn't recommend anyone to invest in cryptocurrencies. The noted hedge fund manager said in an interview published on Monday. The billionaire hedge fund manager John Paulson remains violently opposed to investing in cryptocurrencies, calling them a bubble and saying that regardless of where they're trading today, cryptocurrencies will eventually prove to be worthless. Once the exuberance wears off, he says, or liquidity dries up, they will go to zero. He says, I wouldn't recommend anyone today on Bloomberg Wealth to invest in cryptocurrencies. He said the prices are too volatile to short cryptos, and of course he wouldn't do that, because there's an unlimited downside, right? So he's like, oh, even though I could be right over the long term, and in the short term, I would be wiped out. So he's basically confirming that cryptocurrencies are about to blast off and that he would have unlimited downside if he were to short cryptos. And look at this, he's continuing to buy gold in anticipation of rising inflation as the money supply expands. Well, this guy, first of all, is extremely intelligent. And instead of buying cryptocurrencies, he advises people to buy gold. And do you all know, if you Google gold, look at the yield for gold. Gold in the last year has a negative yield, despite all the inflation, despite all the printing of the US dollars, because they are worthless. Gold is worthless now. Gold has a negative yield of investment. In the last 10 years, gold has only appreciated just a couple of percents. So compared to cryptocurrencies, yes, I think it's a great investment to get into something that will yield you negative yields. And the other thing he says that is, once the liquidity dries up, once everyone buys it all up, because it's not a limited asset or anything, it's gonna go to zero. It's funny because the US dollar has gone to zero. The last 10 years, its yield has been 99% in the negative. Negative 99%. The US dollar has depreciated. And he's investing. But Bitcoin, the last 10 years, and we're just speaking about Bitcoin, we're not speaking about Cardano, we're not speaking about Dogecoin. Bitcoin has yielded 200% on average the last 10 years, every single year. So how is this a bubble? How is this a bad investment? It continues to prove itself every single year. And it's definitely, cryptocurrencies are definitely not going to stop anytime soon. They're only going to continue to grow. So seeing people's counter arguments against cryptocurrencies that we love and hold shows their errors, and it proves to us that we are in the right standing, that we've made the right decision to jump into cryptos. We have an article recently come out about what is a Bitcoin ETF. And a Bitcoin ETF, as a lot of you might not already know, is it's going to allow investors, as this article says, to gain exposure to the leading cryptocurrency without actually having to own it. So it allows people in traditional stock markets who have their money in their brokerage accounts, Fidelity Investments, or wherever they have their money, to invest in Bitcoin without actually buying Bitcoin, without actually opening a Coinbase account. And it's potentially going to happen this year. And what this is going to do, it's going to allow trillions, not billions, not millions, trillions of dollars this very year. If one is opened up, and a bunch of others will open up sequentially, it's going to allow trillions of dollars to flow into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which will effectually push up the price of all the other good cryptos in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So this is definitely something we are waiting for. This is going to be the biggest push up in the entire crypto market we've ever seen. When a Bitcoin ETF goes live, this will be the biggest move that we will see in the cryptocurrency space. Betting on a Bitcoin bull run, not in September, Bitcoin price data shows. So next month, which is September, just a couple days away, is a classic underperformer for Bitcoin USD. And judging by the current price action, 2021 is no exception. So through historical data, through history, it has proved to us that September, since 2020 to 2013, has only had 2 green months. So generally, out of these several years that we have seen, there is more red than green. Now, does this mean that September is going to be a bullish month, or does it mean it's going to be a bearish month? We don't know yet, but through historical data, which is something that we look at through technical analysis, it helps us to have statistical analysis, statistical data. So the chances are that there's a higher chance, just based on the last several years since 2013, that September could end up being a bearish month. And in my opinion, yes, this is possible, but there's also a strong possibility that September could be a bullish month. And this has happened because we had a very long correction period in the crypto market, which years prior we did not see to such a degree. So in addition, since we had a long correction period for cryptocurrencies that we were pushed down for way too long, 3 months, basically in a correction phase where cryptos were beaten down and just going down and down and down. Based on those facts, I think September could end up being bullish. And in addition to that, there's a lot of very bullish things happening behind the scenes for cryptocurrencies, which I also think could help to make September a very bullish month. Because last year, that's when cryptos actually really started to take off, which was in the month of September. But when months are typically bearish, a lot of times what happens is the beginning of the month ends up being very bullish, and then most of that month ends up turning bearish. So there ends up being a big correction where things kind of stand still for a while, which is something that we're experiencing now, but we are due for a major push up here very soon. Potentially it might happen this week, especially. The beginning of months are generally very bullish for cryptocurrencies. And a lot of times towards the end of the months, because of options expirations, that's when we get the really big push in the crypto months, which we did not see towards the end of this month, which should have happened last week. We got a little push, but it wasn't as what we were expecting. So mostly the middle of the month of September would be the bearish part. So if we got a big push up in the beginning of the month, we would probably have a correction for a period of time towards the end of the month, with the options potentially pushing up, causing a short squeeze. And then we start to get into that bullish month of October, November, and December. Those months, 80% of the time, give or take, are generally extremely bullish. Not just bullish, but extremely bullish. So those are the months that we definitely want to be looking forward to. Taking a look at CoinMarketCap, we see Bitcoin in the last 24 hours down 1.5%, Ethereum down 0.5%, Cardano down 2.5%, Dogecoin down 1.9%. Nothing crazy. But the last 7 days have been a bit bearish for Dogecoin, down 13% in the last 7 days. Cardano down 2% in the last 7 days, Ethereum down 4%, Bitcoin down 4%. Nothing really crazy. And if we dive into technical analysis, what we were taking a look at last night is we are still forming that inverse head and shoulders. If we zoom in, we can see that inverse head and shoulders still having a strong chance to play out, which if we zoom in, what we can see is we have the head, we have a shoulder, and another shoulder forming right here. So at any moment, we could be getting a strong bounce in the crypto market. So we are still fine for cryptocurrencies, and Ethereum and Bitcoin. Most cryptos have failed to break that other high. But look, we've made a higher low, and we're still in the opportunity of making that other high, which for Ethereum would be 33.78. So that's definitely something we need to be looking forward to. And if we fail to make a higher high, we could end up coming down lower, testing levels of support, coming down further, and then big moves could be potentially happening there. Something that could be either very strong to the upside or very strong to the downside. So we're just closely watching the market to see where we are headed. The same thing is falling true for Bitcoin. Cardano is looking still very bullish, more bullish than most of the cryptos. And Solana looking extremely bullish, just continuing to go parabolic. We were able to buy Solana at a very cheap price in the Patreon, which you should definitely check out. So congratulations to those of you who bought Solana during the buy alerts. But most importantly, looking at Dogecoin, ever since we had 35, we flipped bearish, but we still have hope yet in the charts for Dogecoin, forming that inverse head and shoulders. So hopefully we should be getting a bounce here soon because we are quite oversold for Dogecoin. So as of right now, things are kind of looking neutral, but the charts are very bullish. I'm going to keep watching the charts. I'm going to keep you guys updated in the Patreon and in my videos, especially later tonight. So until then, we were just going to keep an eye on the market. If you want a good platform to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, use my WEBULL link if you sign up and deposit $100. Using my link, they'll send you 2 free stocks worth up to $4,000, which you can immediately sell or buy cryptos with or sent to your bank account. And if you got something out of the video, make sure you share this video with some of your friends and family, and I will see you all tonight.